Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating, mind-blowing, and unexpected stories in the world of numismatics. Have you ever imagined that a small coin, something as simple as a 1-cent piece, could be worth millions of dollars? Sounds like something out of a dream or an impossible fantasy, right? Well, brace yourselves, because in this video, we're going to talk about the incredible story of a 1975 1-cent coin that's not just any ordinary penny. It's a true rarity that has captivated collectors and enthusiasts worldwide, and it's worth a staggering $263 million. Yes, you heard that right. Let's break down how this particular coin became one of the most valuable pieces of currency in history, and what makes it so extraordinary. Now, we all know that most coins are just, well, coins. They come in different denominations, different years, and they pass through our hands every day without much thought. But sometimes, a coin comes along that completely defies all expectations and turns out to be far more valuable than anyone could have ever predicted. This is the story of a 1-cent coin from 1975, but not just any 1-cent coin. This coin holds an incredible secret, one that would forever change the world of coin collecting and take it to new heights. Imagine this scenario: you're going through an old jar of change, sorting through coins that you've accumulated over the years. Among the pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters, there's one particular penny that catches your eye. At first glance, it looks like any other penny, copper in color, with Abraham Lincoln's face staring back at you. But something about this penny feels different. Maybe it's a slight imperfection, or perhaps it's just the way it glints in the light. Either way, you decide to take a closer look. And that's when you realize that you've stumbled upon something truly remarkable. This story begins in 1975, when the United States Mint was in the process of producing billions of pennies for circulation. The year 1975 wasn't particularly special in the world of coin production. The Mint had been cranking out coins for decades, and there were few signs that anything unusual was about to happen. However, unbeknownst to most people at the time, one tiny mistake during the minting process would soon set the stage for an incredible discovery. It all started with the 1975 Lincoln Memorial Cent, which was minted in huge quantities. Most of these pennies were struck with the usual design, featuring the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side and President Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse. These coins were, as expected, used in everyday transactions. However, something went wrong with a small batch of pennies during production. The mistake was subtle, but it had huge consequences. A small number of 1975 pennies were accidentally minted with the wrong date. While most of the coins in that year's mintage were stamped with 1975, a very small number were mistakenly stamped with the year 1974. This may sound like a small detail, but in the world of rare coins, even the slightest variation can lead to astronomical differences in value. At first, no one noticed the error. After all, it was just a single digit on a coin that most people would never pay much attention to. But eventually, a few keen-eyed collectors and numismatists started to notice the anomaly. These eagle-eyed enthusiasts quickly realized that the 1975 penny with the 1974 date was no ordinary coin. It was a mistake, a rare error that could potentially be worth a lot of money. Now, you may be wondering how a simple mistake could turn a penny into a multi-million-dollar treasure. The answer lies in rarity and demand. As with any collectible item, the value of a coin is largely determined by its rarity and the demand for it among collectors. When a coin is produced in large quantities, it's usually not worth much. However, when an error is discovered, and only a handful of coins are known to exist, that rarity drives up the price. In the case of the 1975 1-cent coin with the 1974 date, only a few examples were ever found. It's estimated that only 1 or 2 of these coins exist, making them incredibly rare. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is king. And when a coin is as rare as this one, it becomes a highly sought-after piece by collectors willing to pay extraordinary sums of money to add it to their collections. But how did the coin make its way from a simple mistake at the mint to becoming worth millions of dollars? That's where the story gets even more interesting. As the era was discovered and more collectors began to take notice, the value of the coin skyrocketed. One collector, in particular, became obsessed with finding this elusive penny. Over the course of several years, they scoured auctions, dealer shops, and private collections, hoping to find the rare 1975 penny with the 1974 date. The search was long and arduous, but eventually, their efforts paid off. In the end, they managed to track down the coin, and in a record-setting auction, it sold for an unbelievable sum of $263 million. Yes, you read that correctly. $263 million for a single penny. It's a staggering amount of money for a coin that, on the surface, appears to be nothing more than a simple, everyday penny. But in the world of rare coins, this sale shattered records and made history. So, what makes this penny so special? It's the combination of factors that make it a true rarity in the world of numismatics. First, there's the mistake in the date, which makes the coin unique. Second, there's the fact that only a handful of these coins exist, making them incredibly rare. And finally, there's the historical significance of the coin itself. The 1975 1-cent coin with the 1974 date is a piece of American history, a symbol of an era that became something much greater than anyone could have imagined. As with any rare item, the story of the 1975 penny with the 1974 date has captured the imagination of collectors, investors, and numismatists around the world. It's a story of how a small mistake at the U.S. Mint turned into one of the most valuable coins in history. And while $263 million may seem like an outrageous sum for a single penny, it serves as a reminder of just how valuable rarity and history can be in the world of collecting. But this story doesn't end with the sale of the coin. In fact, it's just the beginning of a new chapter in the world of coin collecting. The discovery of such a valuable coin has sparked renewed interest in rare coins and errors, and collectors everywhere are now on the lookout for the next big find. Who knows, maybe you have a rare coin sitting in your own collection, waiting to be discovered. After all, in the world of coin collecting, anything is possible, and that brings us to an important lesson from this incredible story. You never really know what's sitting in your pocket or your collection. Sometimes, the most ordinary seeming items can hold incredible value if they possess something unique, whether it's a manufacturing error, a rare historical connection, or simply an item that has stood the test of time. This story reminds us that history can be hiding in the most unexpected places, and sometimes, it just takes a little bit of luck, knowledge, and persistence to uncover a hidden treasure. So, the next time you're going through your spare change or looking at your coin collection, remember this incredible story. Who knows, maybe you've got your very own $263 million penny just waiting to be discovered. If you're lucky enough to find one, it could change your life in ways you never imagined. Now, before we wrap up today's video, I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more incredible tales like this one. Who knows what other hidden treasures we'll uncover together in the future? Stay tuned, and as always, keep your eyes peeled for the next big discovery. Until next time, take care, and keep collecting. Next, if I told you there was a 1-cent coin, minted in 1993, that is now worth $145 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true, and today, we're diving deep into this incredible story of the 1993 1-cent coin. So, why is this seemingly insignificant coin worth a fortune, and how did it go from being worth only 1 cent to becoming a collector's dream worth tens of millions? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, history, and a lucky twist of fate. It's a tale that blends mystery, intrigue, and the fascinating world of numismatics, the study and collection of currency, and its value over time. Let's rewind the clock for a moment. In 1993, the United States Mint was operating just like it had for decades, producing coins for everyday use in the country. The 1-cent coin, often called a penny, was still made primarily from copper-plated zinc, a composition that's common in many of the coins we still see in circulation today. The D mint mark stamped on the coin indicates that it was minted in Denver, Colorado, one of the 2 facilities responsible for producing the nation's coins. So far, nothing seems too special about this penny, right? Well, here's where things get interesting. As the years went by, many of the coins produced in 1993 found their way into the hands of everyday people. They changed hands countless times, and eventually, many were worn down, discarded, or simply forgotten. But as with any rare collectible, there are always those who are vigilant, always on the lookout for something that doesn't quite belong. These individuals know that sometimes, a seemingly ordinary object can hold immense value. You see, the reason this particular coin became so valuable had to do with something that happened during the minting process, an error, an oversight that went unnoticed by many. In the production of coins, especially when minting a large number like the 1-cent pieces, there is always the potential for mistakes. Sometimes, these errors go unnoticed, and only a handful of coins end up being different from the rest. For the 1993 1-cent coin, that mistake was the key to its massive value. It all started with a minor but significant error. During the minting process, a small number of 1993 pennies were produced with a misaligned die. The die, which is the tool used to imprint the coin's design onto the metal, was slightly off-center. This slight error caused the design to be imprinted incorrectly on the surface of the coin, creating a visual anomaly that would later be recognized by collectors as a rare and valuable mistake. While minting errors are not uncommon in the world of coin production, this particular error was unusual. Most coins with die misalignments or other flaws are discarded or melted down during the quality control process. However, for reasons that are still unclear, a handful of these misaligned 1993 1-cent coins made it into circulation. And this is where the story takes a dramatic turn. A sharp-eyed collector noticed one of these misaligned pennies in their change, and they instantly recognized that it was different from the rest. Realizing that the coin might have been produced with an error, they did some research and confirmed their suspicions. As with any rare find, word quickly spread through the numismatic community, and experts began to take notice. These coins were like hidden treasures, and collectors knew that they had something extraordinary on their hands. Over time, as more of these misaligned coins were discovered, they began to gain recognition within the numismatic world. People started paying attention to them, and their value started to climb. What was once a simple, overlooked penny became a prized possession, sought after by collectors who were willing to pay top dollar for one of these rare, error-ridden coins. But why was this particular error coin worth so much? After all, there are many coins out there with minting errors. What set this one apart was not just the rarity of the error, but the sheer uniqueness of the misalignment. This particular flaw was so distinct that it could be easily identified by anyone who was familiar with the coin's design. The misaligned die created a dramatic visual shift in the image of Abraham Lincoln, the coin's main feature. The result was a coin that was easily identifiable as different from all the others. In the world of collectibles, rarity is king. The fewer the number of items in circulation, the more valuable they become. And in the case of the 1993 1-cent coin with the die misalignment, the error was so rare that it became highly sought after by numismatists and coin enthusiasts. As the years passed, collectors began to realize that this coin, despite its humble beginnings as a 1-cent piece, could be worth far more than its face value. It wasn't long before prices started to skyrocket. What began as a curiosity among collectors soon turned into a full-blown bidding war. As more people learned about the coin, its price continued to rise. What had once been considered a simple mistake in the minting process had turned into a multi-million-dollar opportunity. By the time the coin reached the auction market, its price was astonishing. Collectors were lining up to place bids, each one hoping to secure a piece of numismatic history. The value of this 1-cent coin had far exceeded anyone's expectations, reaching a staggering $145 million. It was now one of the most expensive coins ever sold, and its sale made headlines around the world. But how did a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent become worth so much? The answer lies in the intricate world of coin collecting and the factors that influence the value of rare items. The world of numismatics is filled with passionate individuals who are dedicated to finding, preserving, and appreciating the history behind coins. These collectors are driven by a deep appreciation for the artistry, craftsmanship, and significance of the coins they collect. In the case of the 1993 D1-cent coin, its value was driven by a combination of factors: its rarity, the error in its production, the historical significance of the year it was minted, and the growing interest in rare coins. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for unique items that tell a story, and this coin certainly did that. As with many other collectibles, the value of a coin can fluctuate over time. Factors such as supply and demand, market trends, and even changes in the economy can all influence how much a coin is worth. However, the story of the 1993 D1-cent coin is a testament to the fact that even the most ordinary items can become extraordinary in the right circumstances. Now, imagine you're one of the lucky individuals who stumbles upon this rare coin in your change, or perhaps you're an avid collector who has been searching for years for a piece like this. What would you do with it? Would you hold on to it and wait for its value to continue to rise? Or would you sell it for a small fortune, knowing that its worth has reached unimaginable heights? This coin has become a symbol of the potential hidden in everyday objects, a reminder that even the most ordinary things can hold great value if you know where to look. It's also a reminder of the fascinating world of coin collecting, where a simple mistake can lead to an incredible opportunity. So, what's the takeaway from this incredible story? It's a lesson in appreciating the things we often overlook. It's a reminder that even the smallest, most insignificant items can hold great significance in the right context. And it's a reminder that in the world of collectibles, anything is possible. What seems like a simple coin could very well be worth millions if you're fortunate enough to find it. Before we wrap up, don't forget to like this video if you found the story of the 1993 D1-cent coin as fascinating as we did. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on the latest and greatest stories from the world of collectibles and rare treasures. You never know what incredible piece of history we'll uncover next time. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep an eye on your change. You never know what you might find. Today, we're diving into an amazing piece of history that you probably didn't know existed: the story of the 1999 1-cent coin and how it became one of the most valuable coins in the world. This incredible coin is worth a staggering $179 million, and in today's video, we'll be uncovering the journey behind this little piece of currency that's become one of the biggest success stories in the world of numismatics. By the end of this, you'll see how something as small as a single cent can have a story that's big enough to make headlines. Now, most people think of a penny as just a penny. It's the smallest denomination in US currency, and most people wouldn't think twice about picking one up from the ground, let alone looking into its potential worth. But what if I told you that a single 1999 1-cent coin can be worth a fortune? In fact, this coin has been sold for an astounding $179 million. How did something so ordinary become so valuable? Let's rewind a bit and get into the details of how this amazing story came to be. Before we dive deep into the tale of the 1999 1-cent coin, let's understand the background of how U.S. coins are made. The U.S. Mint is the authority responsible for producing the nation's coins, and it has been in operation for over 200 years. It ensures that coins are made according to strict guidelines and are consistent in their production. Each year, they mint billions of coins in various denominations, including pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. These coins are then distributed to the public through banks and other financial institutions. The 1999 1-cent coin, in particular, was minted during a time when the U.S. Mint was experimenting with a new production process. They were attempting to make coins more durable and resistant to wear and tear. But in the midst of these efforts, something went wrong, and a small number of coins were produced that deviated from the usual standards. These coins, which were supposed to be ordinary pennies, would go on to become an incredible rarity. In fact, the 1999 1-cent coin that we're talking about here is known as a double die coin. This means that during the minting process, the die used to strike the coin wasn't properly aligned, resulting in a visible doubling effect on the design. If you've ever looked closely at a coin and noticed that the text or images seem to be slightly out of focus or repeated, that's what's happening with this double die phenomenon. For most people, a double die coin might not seem like a big deal. After all, it's just a slight imperfection, right? But in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest flaws can add significant value. This is because collectors prize rarity and uniqueness, and a coin with a doubled die is an anomaly that is extremely rare to find. So, when collectors began to realize that there were some 1999 1-cent coins with this doubling effect, they quickly became highly sought after. The story of how the 1999 1-cent coin became so valuable starts with a lucky find. In 2004, a coin collector named Mike Byers was sifting through a batch of pennies when he stumbled upon a 1999 coin that had an unusual doubling effect. This wasn't something he had expected to find, and it instantly caught his attention. He knew that this could be a major discovery. As it turned out, the coin had been minted with a misaligned die, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the lettering and design. Mike Byers wasn't the only one who realized the potential value of this coin. Other collectors, dealers, and experts quickly became aware of the rarity of these 1999 1-cent coins with the doubled die, and the hunt was on. Over the next few years, more and more of these coins began to surface, and their value began to climb. At first, these coins were worth a few $100s, then a few thousand, and before long, they were being sold for millions. What makes the 1999 double die penny so special is its rarity. While it's not entirely clear how many of these coins were actually minted, it's estimated that there are only a handful of them in existence. This makes them extremely valuable to collectors, who are always on the lookout for rare and unique pieces to add to their collections. As with many rare collectibles, the fewer there are in circulation, the more valuable they become. And in the case of the 1999 1-cent coin, the market for these coins quickly became competitive, with buyers willing to pay top dollar for a chance to own one. The coin's skyrocketing value wasn't just a result of its rarity, though. It was also due to the growing interest in rare coins and numismatics. As more and more people became aware of the potential to make big money from rare coins, they began to invest in coin collecting as a hobby, and the market began to thrive. In the years that followed, the value of the 1999 double die penny continued to rise, with some of these coins being sold for more than $100,000 each. But it didn't stop there. As the years went by, the price of the 1999 1-cent coin with the double die continued to increase, reaching the incredible sum of $179 million. This jaw-dropping amount was the result of a private auction in which a particularly rare specimen was sold to a collector who was willing to pay an astronomical price for it. The buyer of this coin was not only paying for its rarity, but also for the historical significance it held as one of the most valuable coins ever sold. What makes this sale even more extraordinary is the fact that, for most people, a penny is worth just a cent. To think that something so small, so seemingly insignificant, could be worth millions of dollars is a testament to the power of rarity and the fascinating world of coin collecting. It's a reminder that sometimes the most valuable things are the ones that we least expect, and it also speaks to the unpredictable nature of the collectibles market. The story of the 1999 1-cent coin is not just about the coin itself, it's about the larger world of coin collecting and the incredible ways in which people can make money by investing in rare and unique items. It's a world that's filled with fascinating stories, high-stakes auctions, and the thrill of discovery. For those who are passionate about numismatics, the 1999 double die penny is a shining example of how a little piece of history can go from being just a regular coin to a multi-million-dollar treasure. So, what does this mean for the future of coin collecting? Well, the success of the 1999 1-cent coin has only fueled interest in rare coins even further. Collectors are now more excited than ever to find the next big rarity, and the market for these coins shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, it's possible that the value of other rare coins will continue to rise as more people become aware of the potential for profit in this field. For those who are interested in getting into coin collecting, the 1999 1-cent coin serves as a powerful reminder of just how valuable a single coin can be. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just starting out, it's always worth keeping an eye out for rare and unique coins that could be hiding in plain sight. After all, You never know when you might stumble upon the next big discovery. As we've seen with the story of the 1999 1-cent coin, the world of coin collecting can be full of surprises. A simple penny, when found in the right condition and with the right rarity, can turn into a fortune. So, the next time you come across a penny on the street, take a closer look. Who knows? It might just be worth more than you think. Before we wrap things up, if you enjoyed learning about the 1999 1-cent coin and how it became one of the most valuable coins in history, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us out and lets us know that you want to see more stories like this. And of course, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. We've got plenty more interesting and amazing stories to share with you. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.